Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long goes 1975.
Welcome to another ZX Spectrum versus Commodore 64 comparison video, as I like to call it, Playground Wars. This game was released in the arcades, at least by Namco, in 1984. There were subtle differences between the Western version and the Eastern version. The Eastern version being they didn't have such a big nose because they wanted in the West it to resemble the Pac-Man cartoon that was around at the time that I absolutely loved and adored. It's the first appearance of Pac-Man since his original games, and in this game it's a side-scrolling platformer where you have to take a fairy who's under your hat across various obstacles by being attacked by the undead, because apparently they live in your city unchecked and have the right to fly planes and drive automobiles. Yeah, you have to run away from them. You can collect power pills, jump around, eat them as you could in the original Pac-Man game. Various obstacles such as spinning logs, stuff like that, a jump board to get across water, which I always found immensely difficult. And yeah, two different stages. Some go from left to right, some go from right to left. It was interesting in the arcade because initially it was 3 buttons, 1 button left, 1 button right, and 1 button jump instead of a joystick. And the PC Engine conversion, which I've done a gameplay of, did the same thing, whereas you used run and then buttons A and B to also replicate that sort of movement. I fell in love with this in the arcade because I think it's safe to say we know the outcome of this comparison video, but I had to play Pac-Land because I loved it in the arcades. Was it the first arcade machine to introduce parallax scrolling? And there was something about the sound, I don't know, but also, was it 8-bit? I don't know. Why am I talking like a spy? Let's get into it. But before we do, the reason I wanted to play this is I was heartbroken when I had it back in the day as a kid, as you will see, because Grandslam released this, and the initial screenshots of it advertised in magazines, which was pretty common to lie about back then, was it was monochromic as it is now, but it's white and blue. And Pac-Man the character, I should say, he looked just like the arcade, albeit monochromic, and by that I mean he had his proper legs and he wasn't like really crouched down as you will see in this. But to be fair, he's like that in a lot of the home versions, including the NES one. I'm not sure about the 16-bit versions, but the PC Engine version is pretty much arcade perfect, and I thoroughly recommend that anyway. Money, because it wants to do it like the arcade. 1 player score top left, 2 player score top right, high score in the middle, then we press space or 1. Thank you for telling me more games are coming from Grandslam. 2 new titles for your computer. It won't let me skip it. There we go. Can I play now, game? Are you sure? Press 1. Thank you. Look. So anyway, is that time? Top left? No, time is in the bottom. It's 128K version, so, there you go. You've got the lovely music. That's the time in the white at the bottom. Jump. See, it's... Ooh. It's got to slow down. It looks like the arcade, kind of, but you don't look like Pac-Man. Your hat moves or floats down. I do like it. I do like the music. But look, it's skipping from screen to screen. The Spectrum was known for being able to do super smooth scrolling, but it means if there's something like a fire hydrant directly after the screen or in front of the screen that you can't see yet, you get stuck. You can collect cherries and stuff like that from bonuses. Balls. I always thought you could run across the roof, but yeah, look at it. He's a squatty little bastard. It's like, it's what happened to your legs? Now, I'm being a bit harsh on it, because shies and balls, it does kind of box you in places like that. I didn't get what I was promised, which was basically a monochromic version of the arcade, but I think that was probably a mock-up, because we knew that it wouldn't be able to do a monochromic version. Look, it's not just a pill, it's speed. Where are all the enemies? But at least we got... Get the... Oh... Look, they run away as well. At least we got a port that's somewhat playable. The speed up and the speed down or slow down, etc. and stuff like that is all over the shop, but... Run, 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 run! You know what, I always thought, why are they throwing their children at us, but then they're dead? So they can't die, can they? So there you go. Pair one, ready, trip one. Where am I? Ah, it doesn't bounce you back. Look, the fire hydrant looks like Finders Keepers. You know, Magic Night. Right, here we go, break time. Will the little fairy come out from under my hat? No. Gonna be pretty sweaty in there as well. Come on, you couldn't do that? I don't know. Was it the deadline thing or something like that? If you know, by all means let me know. This is where we're going to the woods, aren't we? Ah, no, this is not where it tends to... Look, see? Cactus. Stopping me. There's no way through that there. At least as hard as it is in the arcade, you always feel like it's your fuck up and not the game boxing you in. Right, let's try that again. Let's try a little bit better. At least got to get to the spinning log section so you can see what's going on. But yeah, so it's like I said, I had to put it in this comparison video because I love Pac-Land, but I just was, again, I had no chance there. I was just upset as a kid because the screenshots, you know, just made it look amazing. But then look how they lied. Konami, I'm looking at you with Nemesis. There you go. See, stuck. No. It's got. See, the thing is, that's kind of accurate because the arcade has a momentum thing where it's not quite Mario. I was pressing backwards then to see if I could do it. Again, boxed in, but it does have, you know, it affects the way you sort of speed up and slow down. So that's not all. I mean, there is slow down in this game, but it's not all on how the game's running. They have tried to replicate, you know, the mechanics of the arcade, if you will. Oh, fuck. But then if I slow down too much, I'm going to get rear-ended by that ghost car. Ghost car! See what I did there? So basically, it's just run, get power pills, and use them so you can traverse as much of it as you can before you inevitably get penned in by them or them on the floor. Don't worry about getting them for points. I don't know, will they just give you an extra life? Run. And then jump, because sometimes cars come out. Way! No! Oh, look at that. Why did I sound like the bloke from the Fast Show? Oh, suits you, sir. Suits you. Right, come on. Let's get through the forest and get to the logs. So yeah, I was just upset because I didn't get what I was promised. Right, slow here, because... that. Yeah. But it's alright. It plays on the right version of Pac-Land. Come on. Don't bounce me back. It's funny, whenever you play it without the intention of recording it, you get really far. And then you play it with the intention of recording it. Where is it? And you get spanked. Run. Jump! Oh, fuck! One more go. This is going to be shit. But you see what I mean? It's just, it's not like that. But then ultimately that's because it's flip screen and not scrolling. Then you get shafted like that. Come on, Pac. Pac to the future. Right, the music's starting to get on my tits, but to be fair, it's not a massively long, you know, loop. In the arcades. See what I did there? So yeah, it was just scrolling. I mean, even with it looking like he's squatting on the floor like a dog with worms, I would have been far more tolerable of it. Drugs are good. I wonder if they put a don't use drugs warning in front of this arcade when you played it, like they used to back then, because ultimately you're using drugs. Fuck you, car. Come on. There we go. I might have to put this on my phone as a ringtone, so just when I'm not around and don't answer it, it's going to drive everyone fucking nuts. Because that's the kind of guy I am. Right. No, I get so pensive at the edge of the screen. No! See, he clearly hit me there. I'm not going to complain that it didn't... Ooh, kill me. But I'm outrunning a car. Clearly that drug, you know, I took was amphetamines. Pac, someone should dope test you. What sort of example are you for the kids? You take drugs and then you eat the dead. We need to sit down and have a chat. Boink. Boink. See, slow down. Massive slowdown. Right, I can't get out of this bit, can I? Right, you're gonna come, aren't you? No! I thought it was gonna be a car. Right. There we go. Yay! What do I feel like I've achieved something? When do you have to fly? There we go, into the haunted woods. But actually no, why are they, everything is haunted in this world. I mean, this is alright. Again, massive amounts of slowdown. I'm being harsh. It's Pac-Land. It just, as shite as the graphics are, it just needs to flip the screen. No! And if you kind of get used to the momentum thing, I don't mean that left-wing militant group. Never get used to those wankers. Where am I? It was all a dream. Or was it? Oh, fuck balls. This is a lot harder than I remember. This is a lot harder than it was yesterday. Turning my camera on drops my XP by 15%. Right. Fairy would come out again there. Look, church, there's a church. So there's a church. Why aren't we exercising all these ghosts? This is where it gets hard because you've got to jump onto the spinning logs, but you can't see what's in the next screen. Jump. It's fucking Indiana Jones and a leap of faith. I'm actually doing the momentum thing to make sure I don't overshoot, which you can't really see. Yoink! No. I'll take that. Yay! Well, do I feel like I've achieved something when ultimately... Oh! That was pretty shit. And I've just lost my power pill, which I could have really used. Oh no, it's this bit. Oh my god, it's easier in the arcade. I just broke the game. That is unbelievably difficult in the arcade. Or it might be an emulation thing. I don't know. Better jump. There we go. Oh, you got the weird warp door. Anyway, let's have a look at the Commodore 64 version. I think you probably know which one might be the winner. So here we go. Pac-Land on the Commodore 64. Absolutely lovely, lovely title screen. Very colourful, very, very detailed. And the fairy in the top left-hand corner actually looks like a fairy. Even though I didn't show the Spectrum one at the start of this video. Oh well, ho hum. So here we go, right off with the title screen, which is very, very reminiscent, even pretty much bang on, in fact, to the arcade machine. So, right, let's put some money into that with F1. Took me ages to work out how to start this game, because for some reason you can't just press fire like you can in every other Commodore 64 game I play on Frodo. I'm not playing this on my Commodore 64 Mini because I don't dare want to even think about what it's like with that god-awful joystick. Right, F3. There's a little fairy. Right, so right off the bat, as you can tell, we've got proper scrolling. We've got better music. It's very, very colourful. It looks like the arcade. However, Pac-Man's still got this weird-ass little squat thing. Again, is it a Mandela effect thing? I'm pretty sure you could land on the roof of the cars. Or was that an arcade thing? I don't know. But yeah, I really don't know why. I mean, obviously it absolutely kicks the Spectrum's ass in this part, which is why don't we have scrolling on the Spectrum? It was more than capable of doing it, and would certainly circumvent that god-awful thing where you can't see the lamppost or cactus on the other side of the screen. Ooh, and then basically you get stuck. I just use the power pills to leg it, make myself invulnerable and leg it. Once again, there's a church. Why aren't you exercising these ghosts? Anyway, so yeah, while he's squatty and weird and stuff like that, look at the colour. You've got the momentum thing as such, but you're more in direct control, as in you have to double tap. Which, I'm not going to lie, makes it really quite awkward. Especially on stuff like that. Because... how do you shut up? Yeah, you do shut it off. Anyway, tour into the haunted woods. What am I saying haunted woods for? Everything in this bloody universe is haunted. Ooh! They're close to the arcade because they don't even show up in the Spectrum version, but they are accurate. There are those ghosts. I'm not sure why they feel the need for pogo sticks. When you're undead, it can walk through everything anyway. Ooh! See what I mean about the double tap? It's a bit awkward. Anyway, second chip. This world or town is a town, in fact, is loaded. Get to see the ferry. Is loaded with churches. So why are the undead still a thing? Right, this should be easier. I say easier. Ooh. How can I avoid that? This is something I will say about this version because I have played it before. Because I did play it on my Commodore 64 Mini, and it was horrible because the double tap doesn't work. This is hard, but there's quite a lot of enemy placement where you just can't avoid it. Ooh! I'm not sure how you do that. This might be all you get to see. Don't put me in the start of the woods. I think I got... Right. Yeah, this is absolutely horrible on a Wii pad. But... it's because I have to press jump and then move my hand to the left of the pad. Quite realistically, you might not be seeing any more of this game. But we live, we learn. I can't play on keys on Freddo. But you got to press jump and then immediately go to the right of the pad. Oh well. But look, it absolutely looks the part. I was going to say it sounds better. It does sound better. But the thing is, enemy placement, like I said, there's a lot less enemy on this than there is on the Spectrum. But the thing is, how bad can either machine do a version of this tune when it's this simple? Hey, they're trying to kill me, but at least they're sounding their horn. I wonder how many of the ghosts are actually just deceased Pac-Men. Oh my god, I never thought about that. Run. You got your Bionic Man music there for looking through walls. Wendy, I can fly. Seriously, all you got to do in this world is get the bloody churches to unite and expel the beast. Yoink, yoink. See, this is easier than the Spectrum, even though they're more accurate ghosts. You know, like i.e. the pogo ones and the ones that dive like that instead of ones that just float around at the back of you. It's just the controls, not necessarily the game's fault. I don't know what it would be like on keys. Obviously that's not something I can experience on my C64 Mini, so maybe I should buy a C64 Maxi. Nah, I got better things to spend 100 quid on. Ooh, controls are reasonably responsive, unless you're with that diving board. Ooh, he says he was just smited by the undead. See, it's a question of hammering left and right, isn't it? So I wonder if it would be easier. Well, no, it's not easier on the C64 Mini because I can't get to the diving board on that god-awful joystick. Slight random tangent. Does anyone know if the new micro-switch joystick is any good and doesn't suffer from that god-awful lack of travel? Look at that. Ooh. Yoink. It's weird. I cannot put my hand on it. I thought the PC Engine version was horrible at that point. I think it's because you can't run. Oh! Fuck balls. You can't you can't get a proper momentum going up on a little rubbery D-pad thing. Fuck nuggets. Well, I'm going to call it quits there. Yes, the Spectrum half of this outweighs the Commodore half. Let's be, honest here. I knew this when I was making this video. Commodore absolutely destroys the ZX Spectrum version. It really, really, really does. That's not to say the ZX Spectrum version isn't an alright game if you're a massive fan of Pac-Land, as I was back in the day. But also, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I was just incredibly disappointed that we didn't get the game we were promised. And I've got a random tangent in my head that when we saw the magazine advert that made the Spectrum version look properly like the arcade, wasn't it by Quicksilver then? So did it change hands? Correct me on that if I'm wrong, by all means. But yeah, I can't get past the diving board, but that's not really the game's fault. That's because I'm playing it on a Wiimote sideways, so it's not really... Well, maybe it is the game's fault. I don't know. By all means, let me know. But yeah, it's a better version. It's a better version, I think, because I can't get past the diving board. But the Spectrum version still had its charms. But that's why I had to do this video, because like I said, I'm still incredibly disappointed that we never got the game we were promised. And I love the arcade machine. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.